So I said it's a disgrace. And last night, Trump said he was going to fire Dr. Fauci. Isn't that wonderful? I got a better idea. Elect me and I'm going to hire Dr. Fauci. And we're going to fire Donald Trump. Donald Trump waved the white flag of surrender to this virus. He did that. His own chief of staff said last week, we're giving up on the virus. We're not going to do anything about it. I'm never going to raise the white flag of surrender. We're going to beat this virus. And we're going to get it under control, I promise you. Look, the first step to beating the virus is beating Donald Trump. Donald Trump keeps telling us what a great jobs president he is. I was just with Barack in Detroit and Flint. It was great to be with a president of some character, a president respected around the world, a president our kids could and did look up to. But did you know that after President Obama and I bet on American workers and helped rescue the auto industry, nearly 500,000 jobs created here in Ohio? Meanwhile, 330,000 of those have been lost since Trump's become president. You know, Donald Trump is going to be the first president in 90 years, that's a lot of presidents, in 90 years, who's going to finish his 4 years in office with fewer jobs than when he got elected to office. It's no surprise. Remember what the lies he told all the workers. He told the families of the GM plant in Lordstown. He said, quote, don't move, don't sell your house. But then the plant shut down. And after the first debate in Cleveland, I met an Ohio woman named Tiffany, whose husband lost her job at the plant. And he had to take a job 8 hours away in another state. He drives home weekends, 16 hours round trip to be home with his kids. So much for don't worry. What about his threat and his grudge against Goodyear? What about his broken promise to protect pensions for workers, especially multi-employer pensions? And what about he stopped the overtime for millions of American workers, over $1.2 billion for American workers, that President and I, with the help of your delegation, put in place. But let's not forget how Donald Trump is weak and chaotic with China on trade. Farm bankruptcies are way up. Exports are way down. Agricultural exports to China during the Trump years have been 40% lower than they were during we were in our second term. And he even says, because of his bailouts of the farmers, that's your tax dollars, by the way, his bailout of the farmers, quote, our farmers are doing better now than when they actually had a farm. Can you believe that? Our farmers are doing better now than when they actually had a farm because they were able to be bailed out, although they may not have a farm anymore. Who does this guy think he is? My policy is going to hold China accountable. I'll end the Trump tax loopholes that incentivize companies to ship jobs overseas. I'll add a 10% surtax on companies who do ship jobs overseas. But for companies who come back and invest in American manufacturing and bring jobs back home, I'll offer a 10% tax credit. And folks, it's no violation of any trade agreement, but no government contracts. And the president has about $600 billion in contracts from the military on down. No government contract will be given to a company that isn't have all the products, including the supply line, all products made in America, every product. Look, and our future will be made right here in Ohio. Folks, we're in a position that we can do so much more, so much more. Folks, Donald Trump forgot and betrayed Ohio workers. Quite frankly, I grew up with around guys like Donald Trump. I grew up in neighborhoods like probably many of you did, working class neighborhoods where Most people didn't have a college education. But we had guys like Trump we used to play against when we played ball in Scranton and Claymont. And they kind of, because they had more money than we did, kind of looked down their nose on us. I got to admit to you, I got a bit of a chip on my shoulder when I read once we won the nomination and things began to look a little better. I read from serious press people, they're decent, honorable people, that if I get elected, I'll be the first president who didn't have an Ivy League degree in a long time. Well, let me tell you something. Somehow that's kind of mean I didn't belong because I went to a state university. But let me tell you what, it's about time a guy from a state university graduated into the White House, because if I'm there, you're going to be there too. Look, Trump sees the world from Park Avenue, looking down on Wall Street. I see it from Scranton and Claymont, where I grew up. I see it from here in Cleveland. Wall Street didn't build America. The middle class built America. And guess what? Unions built the middle class. That's a fact. I think it's long past time we start rewarding work, not wealth in this country. Under my plan, if you make less than $400,000, you won't pay a single penny more in taxes. You have my word on it. But I tell you what, the wealthiest among us, big corporations, 91 of which don't pay any tax, that paid zero federal income tax, they're going to start paying their fair share. Why? This is literature. Why should a firefighter, an educator, a cop, why should a welder, why should a steel worker pay at a higher tax rate than the super wealthy?